Look around you. A lot of people are still using passwords in 2022, but that's going to change very soon. In this video, I'll tell you how tech giants are killing passwords and what that means for you. We'll also talk about passkeys, which are slowly replacing passwords. So if you want to know how secure your data will be in 2026, then stay with me till the end. Passwords have been part of our online life for decades now, but they're becoming outdated security technology. Starting in 2023, big tech companies are going to start getting rid of them. And by 2026, things are going to change a lot. Passkeys, biometrics, and facial recognition will become the norm. But is that safer than our old passwords? Well, let's find out. So first off, what are passkeys? Essentially, they're credentials that allow you to log into websites and applications without using a password. Instead of a password, the website stores a public key on your device, and that allows you to log in securely without having to remember yet another password. Some websites like Netflix already support passkeys, but they're still in their early days. Tech companies are working on ways to make logging in easier and more secure. Apple was one of the first major companies to announce plans to get rid of passwords. In 2021, the company announced that it would be adopting a new industry standard called the FIDO Alliance, which allows users to log in using their biometrics or passkeys instead of passwords. Google and Microsoft have also said that they're going to get rid of passwords, but they haven't given a timeline for when that will happen. Now, here's the thing. Passkeys are more secure than passwords because they eliminate the risk of phishing and unauthorized account access with a regular password. A hacker only has to guess it or use a program to crack it. But with a passkey, they need the private key to get in, which is useless unless it's stolen. This makes passkeys much harder to hack, which is why big companies are investing in them. But not everyone's convinced that passkeys are the best way forward. Some people worry that they might not work well for everyone. For example, someone who shares a device with their spouse or family member, or anyone who uses a public computer at an internet cafe or library won't be able to use a passkey because biometrics are personal and can't be shared. Now, you could argue that those people should just use their own devices, but the fact remains that some people don't have that luxury. Another concern is that passkeys could lead to identity theft. If a hacker gets access to your biometric data, then they can easily impersonate you. That's why it's important that these new technologies are developed with security in mind. There are also other ways that we could replace passwords. For example, security keys are a great option for two-factor authentication. They raise small devices that you plug into your computer or phone when you log into a website. The added layer of security is really helpful, but it's not as convenient as biometrics or passkeys. So far, Apple has been the most vocal about getting rid of passwords. The company is developing its own system for passkeys that will allow users to log in using their Face ID or Touch ID. Other tech companies like Google and Microsoft are working on similar systems, but they haven't said much about them publicly. It's still early days for passkeys, but they have the potential to change how we use the internet. If you're curious about how you can start using them today, you can check out some websites that support the new standard. But keep in mind that you'll need to use a compatible browser. Passwords have been around since the early days of the internet, but they're quickly becoming outdated. Passkeys and biometrics will become the norm as tech companies make them more convenient and secure. But it's still early days for these new technologies. So we'll have to wait and see how well they work before we can say goodbye to passwords for good. If you liked this video, please hit the like button and subscribe so you don't miss any of my future videos. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.